Hello everyone. We start the press conference of Foreign Minister of Edgars Rinkēvičs and our Mr. Aureliu Ciocoi joint press conference. Please, Mr. Rinkēvičs. Welcome to the media and all our shadows. Today we had a very good discussion with my Moldova colleague. We discussed both mutual bilateral relationship, especially focusing on possible cooperation in economics, starting from tourism, and continuing with transport and finalizing with IT, etc. We also discussed the possibility to organize here in Latvia a Moldova Business Forum, on which we will continue discussions. And of course, we also discussed the mutual political relationship. I believe our relationship is really good. And this is visit is also confirms this. We also talk about the political consultations later this year. We discussed how we can proceed with our work on a dialogue with European Union. We also follow the change of government in Moldova, the process of reform implementation. We also discussed the scope of questions which are related with association agreement. We also see that the dynamics of our relationship are depending on the actual achievements in a country within. I also am very grateful to the colleague about the detailed report of the situation in Prидnestrovье. And you know that the position of Latvia is very clear and it's not changing, and that the unity of Moldova territory is very important, and that international society should pay more attention to this. Also, the colleague informed me about which steps the government is taking towards this. Finally, I would like to mention that we agreed that we will even more coordinate our activities in the international organization, both United Nations and the European Commission of Security. And we see a lot of opportunities for cooperation. And by this I end, and I pass my word to the colleague, Mr. Ciocoi.
My dear friend, Minister Rinkēvičs, you have already said everything. I have nothing to add. But I have to congratulate you for this beautiful exercise, which is called in your house as shadows. And frankly being, we have to take over the experience and to try to implement it also in our own ministry to duplicate your experience in this respect. But now, coming back to our discussions, indeed, I'm really grateful for our discussions, which were very fruitful. We indeed agreed on a lot of points to work together in coming months and coming period. First line, I would like to say that we have discussed the possibility of opening a direct flight from Chisinau to Riga in order to push not only touristic change between both countries and not only Republic of Latvia, but the Baltic area at all, connecting it with our region, and to look also at the increasing the cooperation of between municipalities, between cities of both countries. So we have a quite broad approach in our dialogue, and I'm happy to say that we get an understanding, in fact, on all raised points, which comes to prove the seriousity of our dialogue, the basically strong relations which should be, and they are, between the Republic of Moldova and the Republic of Latvia. And for that, exactly, Mr. Minister, allow me to thank you very much.
Thanks, paldies. Un vai kādi jautājumi? Tad Maiks Koljers.
Mike Collier, Latvian Public Media English Language Service. A quick question, it's going back in time a little bit, but did the $1 billion fraud, which $1 billion was taken out of Moldovan state coffers and laundered through Latvian banks a few years ago, was that part of the discussions? And
a part of.
Yeah, but is an investigation still ongoing, or attempts to recover the money still ongoing?
Yeah. I'm not going to give you details, but what can I say now publicly is that after the changing of the leadership of Moldovan Prosecutor Office, we found out a huge problems exactly on case which shall or should investigate the bank fraud in the Republic of Moldova. It means that from previous prosecutor office composition, general prosecutor office composition in the Republic of Moldova, they have done nothing in investigating this famous robbery of 1 billion from Moldovan banking system. Now, the leadership, the new leadership of Moldovan General Prosecutor Office is working hardly to start an efficient investigation and to find out where the money are, and to start the process of requesting back to the Republic of Moldova at least what we can find in international investigation process. Thank you.
I just want to add that you know that we have done quite a lot during the last 2 years also to reform our system of supervision and combating money laundering. And as I have expressed many times, I can also specifically say here and state here that our financial intelligence unit, other competent institutions are ready to continue cooperation whenever we are going to receive any requests from Moldova. We are going to take them seriously. But as the colleague said, that from time to time there have been a lot of statements but not much of the real action. And that's also something that if you don't have very specific leads to follow, then you have also difficulty to provide answers or to take necessary action that must be taken.
Paldies, un varbūt